Welcome to the Cafe Nightly Show. I'm your host, the Goldsmith. It is the 30th of July, 2024. And we are in Paris week again, as we were yesterday. We had the announcement, obviously, as we were heading into the end of the week last week. We had a sale here that happened yesterday as far as blog sports. So that's all done. We have registration open today for a bundle and a property sale tomorrow. We'll get into the details on that. If you're not participating, definitely take the opportunity to do so if you choose to do so. It does precede the release of the city. The full release of the city is again on Thursday, 9 a.m. PT for the regular city mint. Keeping in mind that some of the properties will already be minted before then. We'll get into the details how that sale will work this time around, and how do you participate. Again, getting into the city matters. We'll remind ourselves of how to get into Paris for the city mint. We'll remind ourselves of how to get into Paris to then get to Saint Denis for the city mint Denis, because there's going to be two dueling cities at the same time. We're going to have the Saint Denis mint, city mint on Thursday, and Paris. So we'll get into that. Those two dueling mints. Remind ourselves of the Upland Challenge, the 2024 games. We'll call it the Upland Summer Games. It's nice. It has a nice ring to it. So the Upland Summer Games, we'll just keep the word Olympics out of there. Keep it all the way away from it. Don't say Upland. No. Upland Summer Games. That's the right language. So that's what we'll call it. Reminder that is ongoing. Upland is putting out announcements to have people and get people excited about that as a spectator sport. If you're not a team, if you're not actually in the race, you can watch and see the teams as they compete. You can see and participate in those races by purchasing distractors and being able to use those distractors to change the outcome of the race, which I would say unsportsmanlike conduct, if you ask me. I do see that it's a way of being participatory. We'll get into that idea again. Upland is encouraging people to watch those races, encouraging people to use disruptors. Excuse me, if they so choose to do so. Pretty easy, pretty simple. And I don't know. I promised myself yesterday I wasn't going to do it today, but I've got to just take one quick look at Sparklet because I am seeing a trend. I don't want to tell you what's going to happen next. I will just report what's happening as it's happening. We didn't have an update on airdrop, but it's definitely important as we have in a day-to-day activities in airdrop. We'll remind ourselves that we do have day-to-day activities in airdrop, though there hasn't yet been an update. There may be one today or first thing tomorrow for a new mission to participate in. But to kick things off, as always, all views and opinions expressed by myself are mine and mine alone. Should everything is game strategy or financial advice, they don't represent the game of the team of Upland. Those who we do have on a guest, they have their own opinions. They're welcome to them. Shouldn't be taken as game strategy or financial advice. They don't represent the team of the game of Upland. They don't represent myself, the Goldsmith of the Cafe Nightly Show. Okay, let's get in. Let's take a look. Upland, if I go and take a look at the Twitter, it's always nice to look at the Twitter. Again, Upland uses it to be promotional. They use it to put information out as well. Sometimes the promotion's worth seeing just to see how Upland is presenting what's going on. Sometimes it is just there. And a little bit of this is Sparklet. Yeah. They have to keep pushing Sparklet, reminding people of Sparklet. As we are going through the launch, we're still going through the launch, even though we're a weekend, even though we're starting to see different trends, we're starting to see some solidification of trends. We are still early. So Uplands continue to push things. That's why we continue to have an airdrop campaign that's ongoing right now. That airdrop campaign, having people post and repost Uplands, Uplands comments, Uplands post, so that more people get their eyes on them. The key thing here is, even though we've had the release, we've had the token launch, what we need to keep happening is, as we are going through that early stage of the token launch, more people get their eyes on it. Potentially more people look at the utility of Sparklet, come into the game of Upland, bring the Sparklet they earned or they purchased along with them, and then get into Upland for all the reasonings that Upland wants people in there. To be part of the economy, to find ways of gamification, rules of gamification, be able to take Sparklet, a token that exists outside the game of Upland, and bring it into Upland to have a utility. So there is a lot going on with Sparklet, and we'll keep seeing Upland using it as a advertising hook to get people in the game. And we'll just take a quick look at the airdrop just to remind ourselves that we don't have a new one today. We did have one late last night for a mission to get in and do, so we'll remind ourselves of that. And again, we'll keep seeing these announcements here. We'll keep seeing potentially, and it looks like there might be one here. Potentially, we keep seeing these sponsored posts. So Upland's working with some content creators and putting out messages about Upland and seeing some sponsored posts along the way. So we will keep seeing that. And then we'll have missions that tell us to repost this person or that person, or Upland's direct comments, maybe on Sparklet, maybe on something associated to Sparklet that help bring new players in the game. So today, just a couple of announcements that we did see there. We had already seen this one, this idea of the Sparklet, or a couple of the Sparklet utility things that have been sent out before. Upland putting some reposts out there, getting those back up in the front and foremost. And then a lot of announcements here again. Upland reposting, commenting on a lot of announcements going out by NFT people, NFT crypto people, and people Upland sponsoring to get things out there, or sponsored posts at Upland to get the news out there. Again, reminder. There are going to be article after article still going out. Reminders that Sparklet is still a brand new token within the last several days, within the last week here. So we'll continue to see those notes and those posts and those bits along the way. And when we come over to the airdrop, we'll see that our most recent repost option here was this one right here from last night. Landmarks, map assets, buildings. Oh my, Sparklet is the utility token in Upland that enables players to build and create Sparklet. Web3. And there's that, like, we see that this is a quotable. So, quote comment, essentially reposting, and you're putting your little bit on there. You're going in, you're seeing Upland's post, you're reposting so people can see it, and you're putting that note. Oh, I'm looking forward to Sparklet utility. Oh, you missed this Sparklet utility Upland. Whatever the comment is, it's your opportunity to put that little spin on it. Keep in mind that these actually can help you with your multiplier a little more than some of the other posts, because how people interact with that one is part of your interactions, part of your impressions. More people are seeing it because you're putting your own spin on it. More people who interact with it could drive more people seeing it. So putting something that really is either supportive of Upland's statement that they're putting out there, or something that's going to get more eyes on the post itself, on your post, on Upland's post, that type of thing is going to help you significantly as far as gain a little better multiplier. That little better multiplier leads to a better score overall. My 31 multiplier, very, very good, at least good enough to get me between 3 and 4 right now. Looking forward to next week. I know that I'm continuing to work on a daily basis. I will continue to work on a daily basis. Got 5 days to the reset of the multiplier. I want to end up with a high multiplier again. I want to make sure I'm earning every point that I have available to me. You see these points, these activities right here. I want to earn every point available to me and have my multiplier help me get into that next level. Push up into level 4 or 5, maybe 6 along the way. So definitely something I want to keep my eyes out on and keep plugging along on, trying along on as we get more missions throughout. Checking daily. Don't forget to do so. Your email that you do have set up should be going out when Upland puts out a new task, but you can always go and check airdrop.upland.me to get a better feel of what's going on there. Let's take a look. This is a review. This is not. We'll get back out of that. But this is just an announcement. This is a review. This is not the announcement. We've already seen this announcement a couple times. We know that the city reveal, or the city release fully and officially, is going to be on Thursday at 9 a.m. PT to serve as a pre-sale, to serve as an entry to precede the actual full city release, or I say full, to the live city release. We have a percentage of those overall properties that are going to be available. They're going to be available on these bundles, and we know that we have the registration open for those now. We can go take a look and see what that looks like. But registration is open today into tomorrow. Keep in mind the registration ends at 8 a.m. PT tomorrow. Make sure that you do get registered if you want to have that opportunity to mint these bundles. Keep in mind some of the bundles will likely sell out. I'm looking specifically at this one single property at 16,000 OPEX. I think that's going to be one that may sell out, so keep that in mind. No guarantees. I don't know for sure what's going to happen. I'm surprised by the market sometimes, and sometimes it only takes one small thing or two small things to shift that market. So if they sell at blank rate in the first 30 minutes, then maybe they'll sell out. If they don't sell at blank rate in the first 30 minutes, maybe they won't. I don't know for sure. It's something worth watching and keeping our eyes on. But if it's something you're interested in having the chance to purchase, go and register now to be ready to get your place in line. We'll go into the specifics of those bundles, but pretty simple, pretty easy. There's a property set where you can buy an individual property. Kind of think of it as a blind property. You pay blank amount of OPEX, you get blank property. Blank property is going to have more OPEX mint value than what you paid to get the single blind property. At low price one, 16,000, 1,000 those available. Mid price, 48,000 OPEX, 750 of those properties available. High price is 83,000 OPEX. There's 250 of those properties available. Then there's these bundles. The bundles are nice. The bundles are a nice opportunity to potentially get 3 properties in the city. Keep in mind, 3 properties in the city means that, I'm just thinking about something. But 3 properties in the city means that you can get this city collection. And if all else fails, you get the city collection. If you're not going to put the time in, you're not going to put the energy in, you don't want to be there for the actual mint on Thursday, or you can't do it, because there's times I can't do it. Realistically, I probably will have a hard time being a part of the live save release, because even if you have a 2 o'clock in the morning mint time, if that's your time, you can wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning. It can be tricky. It's biologically not always easy for everybody. Some people have an easier time at it than others, but I could wake up personally, I can wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and go mint. What I can't do is get myself out of a meeting. What I can't do is tell a client that they can go sit in the corner for 20 minutes while I go and mint a city. So, being in the middle of the business day, that does affect some parts of my ability to be able to participate in these fully. So I don't think this is going to be a great time for me just knowing what my Thursday looks like this time. But if it's not going to be a great time for you, you can go ahead and participate in the sale tomorrow, the bundle sale and the property sale, and potentially get yourself some great properties that you didn't have to take time off work for, that are randomized, so you don't know what neighborhoods they're in. Some people like that. And if you pay for the more expensive option here, you may get that opportunity to a little bit of a lottery ticket, use a little scratchy, and maybe you do, maybe you don't. Maybe you get a landmark, maybe you don't. Hopefully you're happy with the properties you get at the end. And then there is this deluxe bundle, as mentioned. That's the landmark bundle. That's the one that has 1 of 3 landmarks could be part of your bundle. There are 500 of those available. They are $99 USD. And $99, here's an interesting thing, and I think this is a punchline and a little bit of a joke, but at the same time it's smart. The joke of it is we've had these sales before in USD, and it says only available on the computer. That's because $100 is a hard and fast cut for the app listings, at least with Upland, because of the way some of the app companies, specifically the Play Store and Apple, function with things that are sold at a price point over $100 to the app. So the $99, the highest price. So this can be purchased. This is a bundle that can be purchased through the app. So that's kind of key there and important to know, because it's under that $100. Official city open, like I said, is going to be on Thursday, 9 a.m. PT. Unsold properties from the pre-sale bundles and the properties, those are going to go into and be available during the mint. So that's a key thing to know. Both Paris and Saint Denis will take place and happen at the same time. That means if you are an FSA player, you can go into the FSA city of Saint Denis. You can go competitively mint in areas that you think in areas that are collections. If you were trying to scoop up a collection or two, keep it in mind that Saint Denis is a non-vanilla, or what's also called as a classic release. That means we know what all the collections are at the time of release. And then obviously Paris is that vanilla, is that opportunity to buy properties without knowing if they're a collection. If they hit collection, you get that bonus along the way. Trees, it is great to see you. I'm glad you are here. Reminder, the city releases like any other. There's a Mint Master badge set that's there. 9 amputee things get kicked off. And we have to talk about some of the logistics. Travel. To make sure you are at the launch, make sure you do travel. Players will be able to travel instantly using Magic. Ooh, Magic. We love Magic. Once you're in, you do have to use traditional travels out. So the Magic is only to get you into Paris. Magic is $1,500 to fly into Paris from any airport in the game up. Or sorry, not any airport. Sorry, to fly into the airport and get in the airport from any place in the game of Upland. Then obviously you can go take the train over to Saint Denis if you want to be taking part in Saint Denis. Excuse me. Again, to get there, you go to the right side of the screen, see the image below. Let's take a look. There you see this magic teleport. Oh, we'll go take a look at the magic teleport. I'll stop sharing for a minute, get into Upland. We'll take a look at it. We'll do this together, get into Paris. Keep in mind, Paris is not the place to be just yet. The sale tomorrow does not require or necessitate you being in Paris. So if you have other things you're doing, if you're doing treasure hunting somewhere else on the map, you can stay and do that treasure hunting somewhere else on the map. In theory, the one advantage or one of the few advantages of this Magic, I think there's some disadvantages too, but one of the few advantages of this Magic transporting in is that you can kind of wait till morning of, or you can get to the day of and you can transport over. You don't have to be like, oh, shoot, am I in the right city to travel? I don't have to wait for the time for flight. Magic is Magic. Magic's pretty quick to transport in. So we jump over here. I'm going to get this popped up. Oh, look at this. A reminder. Let's take a look at the reminder that Upland's putting up in-game right now. Reminder here is all the Treasure Island properties. Friendly reminder, everyone who bridged in from any exchange, including Uniswap. Do so before Monday the 5th of August, and you'll have a randomized chance to get a Treasure Island property. U.S. players should use Uniswap to participate. Okay, we've seen this same message a couple times. It's good that's there. Here, you see that? This little button right here is called Magic. You click on Magic, you spend 1,500 UPX, and you travel to 5 Avenue, Étoile, France. Paris, France. All right, in Étoile, France. Let's go. Boom. There's the Magic. Do you see the Magic with me? Yay, Magic. Well, I just want to remind ourselves that one of the analogs that needs to be followed in the game of Upland or per Upland's rules is time, is some analog of time. Things don't happen instantly. It is a necessity. Upland wants to have that friction, except when they are okay with skipping it. So here we are. I'm in France. I'm in Paris. Look at this. I didn't even die. Okay, so here I am here, just having flown in through Magic. Guess where we fly in? We fly into the Eiffel Tower. That's exciting. Apparently there's some, connectivity with the Eiffel Tower, and it allows magic to happen, and there's a vortex and a portal, and that sucks you in. Whatever the case is, there we go. We are in Paris, France. We're getting ready for the city release. There are some Sen properties that are there, some anchor properties that are there. If you want to go ahead and go to those properties, you definitely can. As far as those jump properties to get started, we have the same properties or same additional properties available in Saint Denis if you're going to participate in Saint Denis on Thursday. So you have 3 properties to jump in and to drift out from, to set those lines to get in, to get ready, and to be part of that listing. Passes has sold yesterday. We knew about that. This is a quick reminder on this. If you have Sparklet and you don't know what to do with it, here's something to do. This week we have some starts. You have to start the structure during a specific time. These are limited time structures only. So have a number of Sparklet available if you want to get these started. You don't need to finish them inside any type of period of time. You just need to start them inside that time. You can't start them once that time period expires. You can't start them before that time expires. So we have a different building each day, a different structure each day, with some different durations on some structures. Some are 1 day, some are multiple days. From the 2nd of August, that's this coming Friday, to Monday the 5th. That allows you to go through the weekend. We have this structure here. Monday the 5th until Tuesday the 6th. This one right here. 6th to the 7th. 7th to the 8th right here, 8th to the 9th, 9th to the 12th. Easy enough. We see a different structure, different day. Those are only going to exist for between 1 and 3 days. To start those structures, you get them started, you finish them when you can. Done deal. Easy enough. The reason why we want to get more and more structures or different structures is A, variety is the spice of life, and B, there is a badge for having at least 31 different structure types completed. So if that's something you have on your bucket list, getting that badge, go ahead and earn that badge. It's also kind of fun to have a bunch of different structures. And it's kind of fun to see those in the game of Upland and be able to utilize those when you have the chance to utilize those in a meta venture or some other form of layer 2 interaction. Sweetener sales over. We saw how those all went. And again, we're going to have some terminals, Paris and Saint Denis. They're not happening until after the city release. Keep that in mind. There's an airport terminal in Paris at $1,536. There will be a set of train terminals for $475 in Paris. There, burp, 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 burp. And those are going to be your opportunity again to mint those. We're going to have the registration on the 6th into the 7th, and the 7th of August being the sale date of those terminals. Pretty simple, pretty easy. We are going to keep our eyes open on both cities. But for tomorrow, let's go just take one more look at this registration that's open right now. If I go over into the Get UpX here in the upper right-hand corner of the screen, I go to specials. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to see that there is a deluxe bundle and a curated bundle. Those are bundles. Those are 3 properties, one of which is $99. It's called the deluxe bundle. The deluxe bundle does not guarantee you anything beyond or above at least 100,000 UpX, or at least more than 100,000 UpX worth of property. That's what Upland has set. Could be two small properties, one large one. It could be 3 equally sized properties or equally priced properties. They could be more value than that 100,000 or significantly more than 100,000. There's 25 additional properties, really extra super large properties that are in there. So you could get lucky at one of those. You could get one of 3 landmarks. So that's a big deal. It's more of a lottery ticket than anything else because there's not a lot of guarantees of what you're going to get. Only a limited chance of getting something really nice. There's a curated bundle as well here. Again, same thing, 95,000 UpX. You don't know exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get 3 properties. Those 3 properties could have some larger properties built in there. Excuse me. But ultimately, we're talking about that 95,000 UpX worth of mint price and having more than that 95,000 UpX worth of mint price once you're done on those properties. That's kind of nice, I guess. This randomized idea, like I said, you're not choosing what you get. You may or may not like what you get. And if you have a strategy of getting properties minted next to your buddy, you can't continue on with that strategy, not with these random packs. But what you can do with these random packs is potentially participate in mintable or mint opportunity without somebody else sneaking in and buying before you if you have slow internet. You can participate in the early mint or the early ability to get in and purchase Paris properties if you aren't going to be available because it's the wrong time of day for you. So this is important. This is an important thing to know. There is a value to this. I will argue and continue to argue that this does take some of the excitement out of a city release for people to have this type of sale take place ahead of the competitive city mint. But it's something that we'll continue to see evolve. I expect Upland to look at the success of this city of Paris and decide if they want to do the same type of bundle sailing before, or if that was a bad idea, or maybe they just change some of the methodology and keep the larger premise, which is properties without people knowing what they are. They buy a bundle, they get what they get, and they don't get upset. Again, we have the high value, the mid value, the low value, single property purchases, 16,000 UPX, 48,000 UPX, 83,000 UPX. Again. There is reason for me to believe that maybe these two here, mid price, high price, don't sell out. We'll have to see. Keep in mind, these sales are only available until 6 a.m. PT the following day, so they go from Wednesday into Thursday. The reason why it has to end at 6 a.m. PT is because if they don't sell by 6 a.m. PT, somebody has to go open up the bundles or open up the properties, take off the wrappers, throw the wrappers away. Ooh, it's wasteful. Throw the wrappers away, and now those properties become mintable in the city of Paris. So that's kind of interesting, and it's worth taking a look at, or keeping in mind that and the less that sell here, theoretically, the more properties that will be available in the minting. For tonight, I'm also looking at one more thing, and the one more thing I'm looking at is, oh gosh, I'm going to mention it today so that people can keep their eyes out. There was a lot of pressure, a lot of focus by Upland on totems earlier this summer. They had 2 batches of potion sales. I want to give people reminders about totems now, because if people are actively trying to sell their totems to get ready for Paris minting, you might find some deals if that's something you're interested in. The reason why I'm bringing up totems as well is because if you're somebody who wants to participate in totems and maybe you haven't been paying that close attention to Upland, maybe now's the time to start slowing down and paying attention to Upland, and watch out for that announcement when that announcement comes out. Ultimately, totems are something people have been excited about. It's been a long time since we've done a totem cycle. Would love to see it happen. Keep it in mind, totems are our direct pathway, not a fast direct pathway, but a direct pathway slowly towards life in the game of Upland, and being able to, have, continued participation with the community. We'll feel more tied to the idea of life coming in the game. It's a test of mechanics that will ultimately be used in the life cycling with STEM eventually. So it's kind of exciting to see that get played around with. And again, the other reason why I put that out there now is because for some people, maybe Sparklet's not it. For some people, maybe a new city release isn't it. And you still have something else to look forward to at this point. And with that said, with that considered, we know we're going to have some more things coming up in the near future. We are getting close to the beginning of the 2024-2025 NFLPA season. We've been told there will be some updates, some changes, so keep your eyes out for that. I would love Upland to give us a 2 or 3 week window before the first game. Historically, it's been right up next to the first game of the season before those announcements come out. Good day, good to see you. Keep it cool. Kinder, good to see you. Haven't seen you for a bit. Good to see you here. Disclosure Crypto, could you look at the Gari network? No, Disclosure Crypto, I can't. Spam, no spam, no spam, no spam, no spam. Please don't spam. And good to see you, Trees. For tonight, thank you so much for being here Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. PT. We do get together. I will have more to look at tomorrow because we'll look and see how this sale goes. It is going to be interesting to see what the volumes are, how quickly the 60,000 UPX properties sold. I expect those to sell quickly. It'll be interesting to see how much the mid and the high price sell, how many of those sell, and again, how quickly or and what percentage of the bundles have sold at that point for tomorrow. But for tonight, 6 Wicks, good to see you as well. Thank you so much for being here Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. PT. We get together. Hopefully more news tomorrow. We'll take a look at that airdrop as well. If we have new airdrops to look at, we'll look at those. And if you're in the Upland Cafe Discord, as always, for freedom, Mike's, the floor is yours.